Praise, honor, and glory to the living God. So I had a dream that it was these people and they worked together in this building, but they were at different levels. The dream showed me how there were some people that worked at lower levels of this building, and they were not as advanced as the people that worked at the higher levels. And this may have been the same building that I've seen many, many times in dreams, and I've discussed in other dreams. But anyway, in the dream, I was shown that the people at the lower levels, they had certain ways of doing things, of approaching problems. They had set protocols, set theories, set hypotheses about certain things. And that's how they would approach different problems in their life. And so anyway, in the dream, these people that were at a higher level, I was shown two men, and one of the men looked like Jesus Christ. And they were outside and they were discussing a problem. And then this man that was at a lower level overheard what they were discussing, and he suggested that they answer their problem by the set concept that they had. And the man, who I believe was Jesus Christ, looked at him with astonishment. And he told him that you cannot answer every problem the same way. You have to look at the environment. You have to look at everything about the problem to figure out the answer, because not all answers are answered the same way. And this dream reminds me of math. Of course, anyone that's been on my channel for a while, you know that I have a chemical engineering degree, which is the study of math and science. And I know that there are many concepts in math and in science that are estimates. They give estimates of answers. It's not the real answer. But they tell you when you go to school that it's correct, even though they know that the way that they're doing things is only given an estimate or what they think is close to the answer, because they make a lot of assumptions to come up with that answer. And actually it's incorrect. And I remember when I was in engineering, when I was in school, that I had a problem with that, because I remember thinking that, of course, this is the best way that they can answer this question. But it was kind of sad because they don't have a way to come up with the actual real answer. And this dream also makes me think of women. A lot of men believe that they know women. I used to deal with that so many times, you guys, when I used to date back in the days when I was young, and I would date different people, and they would have this certain formula that they felt worked with all women, and those formulas never worked with me. And I used to see right past it. To this day, I can see right past it. And it just annoys me, actually. Honestly, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I used to feel like I'm dealing with someone with lower intelligence. That's the way that I used to think, because I used to be like, all women are not the same. You cannot use a set formula and think that it's going to work on all women. It was just like this dream. The way that this man looked at him with astonishment, like, what? Like, you can't answer everything the same. And yeah, it's true. You have to look at the individual. You have to look at the person specifically to know how to deal with them, because not all people are the same. It's not a set formula. You have to look at math the same way. And unfortunately, I know that as a former engineer, they don't have a way to do that. But this dream was showing me that people who do that, who just have a set formula through life without looking at everything individually wise and coming up with a answer, that they were at lower intelligence. And that's what this dream said. So that was a dream. I didn't make up this dream. I wasn't thinking about this dream, as that is usually always the case. Like 100% of the time, I have dreams that are the furthest thing from my mind. So this is very interesting, but I believe that God wants people to know this, that you can't look at all people and all situations and everything like that and just have a set formula, because that actually means a lower intelligence. And I'm telling you the truth, that is what I used to think of people when I would deal with them. I would say, oh boy, Here we go. Seriously. But that is the way I used to think of them. You can't just have a set formula. People are different. Environments are different. Math problems are different. But like I said, in engineering, I understand that they haven't developed the right ways to look at different problems to come up with the right solutions. And that's why math and science is not as advanced as it could be, because they look at it a lot of times with these estimates and these assumptions. And if they would get away from that, they can get a better answer and understand science and math a lot better. And it's the same way in life, in business, in everything. You can't just have a set formula. This also applies to racism. People that are racist, they view a certain race of people as if they all the same. They have some kind of formula that they feel like this applies to all black people, or this formula applies to all white people. And what this dream was showing is people who think like that, they have lower intelligence. I'm just going to be candid. When I'm dealing with someone who's very racist and horrible, I honestly say within my mind, I'm dealing with a savage. I'm dealing with a Babylonian. I'm dealing with a Babylonian savage. This person has lower intelligence. And I usually will try not to engage with them too much. I'll try not to talk to them too much. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. I'm being truthful. This is how I think. I just think to myself, I'm dealing with someone who's not very bright. This person is not smart. And I have to talk very slow. That's how I feel when I'm dealing with somebody like that. I feel like I have to talk very slow and calculated, because I feel like I'm dealing with someone of lower intelligence. And this is very interesting because this dream, praise be to God, definitely showed me that people who think like that, who have set formulas for dealing with different types of people, it shows that they have lower intelligence. Wow. But it wasn't just people, because this dream just said concepts in general. So it could be people, it could be the way they view math, science, all types of things in life, business, the way that they do their job, the way that they deal with their clients, to say all clients are the same, everybody is the same. This is a set formula. It shows a lower intelligence. Anyway, I love you all. God bless you. Bye.